Intro. I decided just now that we're gonna, because we've been putting songs at the end of other episodes.
Right.
That when we talk to musicians, we should probably we can put their song at the end of the episode.
I mean, I would.
I think that makes a lot of sense.
I think it's a nice way of showcasing their work.
Yeah, and this is gonna be the first one.
All right, cool.
Of that.
I hope he doesn't come after us.
I'll double check, but I think we'll be okay. Okay.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was a fun episode. We just finished it. That was with Jonny Fritz. This is one of those ones where I get to talk to someone that I've known about for a very long time.
Yeah.
Which is always...
And also one that I was familiar with and looking forward to.
Yeah, I'm always excited about that, you know?
We both came in knowing something.
Sometimes we don't come in knowing anything.
Sometimes.
Is it obvious?
I don't know. I just know.
Because like on this one, I referenced obscure Instagram videos he made like 7 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, I think he knew we knew.
And on other ones, I go, "You're from Texas? Tell us about... Oh, you're from Alabama.
Tell us about growing up wherever you grew up."
You play music. I hear from your PR person.
I saw a picture of you with a guitar, and you looked like you knew what you were doing with it.
Yeah,
I
don't know. Yeah, this was fun. I like. He's a funny guy.
Yeah,
with
a good absurdist sense of humor.
Some good records.
Appreciated.
And if we'll post like clips from it on Instagram.
Yeah.
But a fun Manson vibe, I think, is very stuck on that.
I don't think he gives off the Manson vibe unless he's like in character.
Yeah.
I think when he was in character doing that, it was very clearly a classic man. I was gonna do it, but I'm not. I'm a boxcar. I'm
the king of the underworld.
Yeah.
Except now, whenever I say that, I think of the AI video I made of Trump saying it. That's all I think about. Got 5 or 6 girls and a motorcycle.
Yeah, you really can't tell the difference there.
Yeah, that's the only time I've ever made an AI video. Like, I need to see it. I think it's going to work.
Just that.
And it did work. Okay. Yeah, I found out a fun fact about him.
Yeah.
Which was that he's Coe's second cousin.
Hey, that was interesting. I thought for a second there, is this a joke that he's still just playing out?
No.
All true.
There's a very fun story in here about David Allen Coe being at his house appraisal.
Bitch! Goddamn bitch!
So yeah, fucking be ready for that one. But before we get to the episode,
no.
Do we have any recommendations? Have you been followed by any Satanists?
I got followed. My tiny little... I don't have an Instagram following. I just have a few things I put up every once in a while. Yeah, I got followed by a certain founder of a Church of Satan. That's weird. Process Church of the Final Judgment connections.
Yeah, well, you know.
Made me feel paranoid, honestly. I'm not going to lie.
Maybe he likes Jonny Fritz.
Maybe. Maybe he's just a supporter of people, of young artists.
In their 40s.
Young.
Yeah, anyway.
So that was weird.
Yeah, we'll see what comes of that.
Yeah,
probably nothing.
If I get murdered, I'm blaming Process.
I will too.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I would recommend now I can't remember the full name of the book.
Which book?
Ghost. About the spy master, James Jesus Angleton.
Okay.
It's a very good book. It's more accessible than all the other research I've been doing.
That's good.
Yeah, like JFK and the Unspeakable is dense. Highly recommend that, but people aren't going to read that whole thing. People can sit down and read Ghost.
I'm going to recommend the movie Heat.
Because it's always a good recommendation.
If you haven't seen Heat, or haven't seen it in a couple months,
that's the thing.
You should rewatch Heat.
When's the last time you saw Heat?
So I watched Heat last night.
You're good then.
I am for a little. I have a DVD of it.
It's been years for me. I'm not good.
Talked my wife into it.
That's when you really won, is when you and your wife sit down for Heat.
Oh, it was funny because we were in the car and I was like, "Hey, you want to watch a movie?" This is like after months of trying to convince her to watch Heat. And
some subterfuge involved.
I go, "Hey, you want to watch a movie?" She goes, "Yeah, of course."
Like setting the hook.
And I'm like, she's like, "You're gonna recommend the Heat?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Is it long?"
Like, actually, yes.
And I was like, yeah, it's long. And she was like, it's not a cool 90. And I was like, it is not a
It
cool
is
90.
not at all.
It's a cool, I don't know, 90 times 2.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel that way, though.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't drag.
Good job, Michael Mann.
You know, my selling point all the time was like, you like Pacino? You like De Niro?
It's
You like Voight?
it's all of them, and they're very themselves.
Yeah. You like Kilmer? You like Azaria?
Kilmer's great in that.
I didn't give a shit if he lived or died. I
No.
didn't care about that guy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I also found out I have no fucking idea who Ashley Judd is. Because I know the name. And I watched that whole movie.
And you couldn't.
And I was
place
like,
it?
I don't know who the fuck is it. It's one of these women, certainly. And then the end of the movie, it was Val Kilmer's wife. And I was like, wasn't even fucking close. That's not what I... Because I always picture Winona.
Yeah. I mean, it's just that's nice to picture.
They're not related in any capacity.
No.
Like Winona Judd.
Yeah.
Not Ryder.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I don't picture Winona Ryder.
I'm trying to picture the movie, and the last time I saw him, it was on TNT with my dad on the couch.
It's Val Kilmer's wife. She is blonde.
Yeah,
she
I don't
has
remember
a baby.
his wife. I just remember that he had long hair and a machine gun.
And then he doesn't have long hair.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah. But it's a good movie. You guys should watch Heat again.
So should I.
And also Thief. And I watched Miami Vice
Thief
recently.
is really good. I've never seen Miami Vice, but Thief is
It was good.
It's a good
Miami
one.
Vice was good. Colin Farrell's good.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude.
I mean he's great in Bruges.
Colin Farrell's generally really good.
What else has he been in that's good in?
What do you mean?
Colin Farrell.
Well, have you seen Phone Booth?
No,
Okay. It's
I have respect for him because of In Bruges,
In Bruges is great.
because that's just a great fucking
All
movie.
the way around.
All
Him,
just-
Brendan Gleeson, Ray
Just
Fiennes,
so
great
good.
movie.
Everybody's.
Phone Booth is a very odd early 2000s movie where like he picks up the phone that's ringing in a phone booth.
Like you do.
Yeah. And it's like the guy on the other end is like, "Hey, I'm going to kill you. I got a gun on you right now," basically, and like all this shit has to happen. He can't leave the phone. The whole movie takes place in this block and he's like stuck in this phone booth being threatened by a sniper. It's pretty good.
Okay. I was
It's
gonna say, is it like David Mamet?
No, it is not at all like David Mamet.
It takes place in a phone book. I was like, he'd make that good.
But it's good. It's a good movie, and it is not remembered in any capacity, I don't think. I would also like to point out something that I've just forgotten.
Excellent. Not alone.
You know how that goes. I have no fucking clue what it was. It was maybe about phone booth. Maybe it wasn't. I don't think it was. I think it could have been about Colin Farrell.
We're not even going back. We're just like losing the thread right here in real time.
I'm off. I have no fucking idea what I was talking about.
The important thing is we're still talking.
Okay. Anyway, company updates. What do we have?
Pornography.
We join our Patreon. We just shot in. Oh my god, dude! We just shot in a fucking motel,
Yeah. How'd that go?
dude. It. So, we had a model and her husband that drove 3 hours. We had the room in the hotel. And we were like, "We can stay here." Walked in the lobby, and I was like, "I'm looking. There's a Holiday Inn. I'll get you a Holiday Inn." Actually, I can't imagine this room's gonna be good. It wasn't. I didn't touch, sit down, or do fucking anything in it. It was an entirely empty motel, and then one other fucking room was booked, and they put them right next to the room we were in.
Of course they
It
did.
was like, that's fucking nonsense. It was horrible.
Could you hear them?
No, they were just like, I think they were just staying there for real.
Okay.
So when we showed up, like I had a room booked, right? We showed up and they were like, "What's going on?"
Yeah. You look like you're here to shoot porn.
And I was like, kind of, but not what you're thinking.
It's for a classic magazine.
So I think the pictures turned out. It's the right vibe for that. But like, she was
Okay,
like-
because I couldn't tell if you were like, it was a shit show.
no, like it looks good.
Okay, that's the point I
But
wanted
like,
to drag out of you.
she was laying on the bed, and I was like, oh my god.
You're actually touching that shit?
Yeah.
Don't touch that
so,
bed, lady.
It was fucking disgusting. But they charged me $20 extra cash for two extra people to be in the room.
That's the camera tax right there. That's what that is. They're just
I was
like,
like,
oh,
sure, fuck it. Here's
just-
$20 in cash.
just let me $20.
Just
I need a
leave
pack
us
of
the fuck
cigarettes.
alone.
Yeah.
It's it's gonna be like a 2.5 hour thing, and we'll fucking be out of here.
It's not as bad as you're thinking it is. Okay.
So yeah, join our Patreon. We have Party at the
pictures
Pen
are good.
coming up. That's in June. We'll be there. We're doing a whole magazine for it. What else do we have? We maybe have something coming. I can't talk a ton about it, but it would be in the fall in a different city.
That's exciting.
And if everything falls into place, I will talk about it. And I hope it does, because it would be very fun. Be a good time. It would be Halloween related.
Spooky.
And it would be in Texas. That is all that is going on.
Well,
so if you're in Texas, we might be in Texas on Halloween. We might not. Shit cannot work.
There's essentially the plan with a big question mark at the end.
Yeah. So we have some new stuff coming out. There's a new magazine we're gonna have. We fucking trying to find the right blanks for like 70s style gym shorts is a nightmare.
Yeah.
And thong blanks. We tested some out, and I got a text. One was, "These thongs are hilarious," and I was like, "That's not what we're going for."
That's not it.
They didn't change the size of the fabric, just the length of the strings.
Okay.
So like the size on like an XL and an extra small,
It's
same size fabric.
hilarious.
Maybe would have worked in a medium. Didn't
Yeah.
work on either of the other ones, I don't think.
All right.
So yeah, we got some stuff coming out. It's gonna be women related.
Something for the gals.
Something for the gals. Real trashy shit. Another shoot in beginning of May.
Yeah.
That is gonna have bikes and old guns, so that'll be fun.
That sounds fun. Bikes and old guns.
Yeah. But other than that, we got this episode
Got an interview with Jonny Fritz.
And if you haven't listened to him, you should. He has a new record called Debbie Downers. There's other versions of it.
There's all the versions are good so far, and to be
Regular version and then Woodwinds are out right now. They're good. And listen to Dad Country and Sweet Creep, his previous records.
Yeah. Familiarize yourself with Jonny Fritz.
Here he is.
Perfect.
I'm your black cat baby. Your bad luck creeping around the bend.
The way that I first discovered you was in college. Me and my buddy Andy would get fucking high and put on YouTube videos. And a lot of them were jamming the van. And it was that one of Armed and Crazy.
Yeah.
Your neck brace
Yeah.
laying on a fucking hot dog bun pillow.
Yeah.
Was the neck brace real? I've wondered this for 12 years.
I don't know if I want to tell you. I mean,
Well, and this is also my introduction to you as well, because this is how he showed me you. And I was like, I like this. Why the pillow? Why the pillow of hot dog buns?
all right.
Is the neck brace real?
All right. So here's the deal. I didn't know what to wear. It was Bonnaroo.
Right.
And everybody's like, what are you going to wear? I was like, I don't know. The same thing I always wear. And like, no, it's Bonnaroo. You got to dress up. And I was like, I kind of want to go for that, like, just got out of the ER look. So I got the neck brace and I came on stage with a walker. And it was so good. It was a beautiful thing to walk on stage with a walker and have everybody, yay! Oh shit! Like, what's wrong? And then I kind of hobbled up there and threw the walker aside and just started singing, and it fucking ruled. I mean, it was just like, it was the best thing to wear. But I wanted to keep the mystery going. I didn't know if anybody would. I couldn't just take it off, so I just rolled with it. So I hung with it the whole day, and it was fucking hot. I mean, it was like, it was Bonnaroo. And then, okay, so that Jam in the Van session turned out to be, like, so many things happened because of that. And if I can talk about it, I'd love to.
Yeah, go in.
All right, so a very funny thing happened. All right, so the deal was Jam in the Van. It was a van in a field at Bonnaroo with no air conditioning. And it was brutal. It was like really, really, it was like dangerously hot. I was like, why are you allowing people to do this? We're kind of pissed about it. Like, and they said, all right, we got to stop filming. It's too hot in the van. I was like, yeah, no shit. And they're like, no, not for you guys. The equipment is overheating. And I was like, I don't care about the equipment, man. Like, this is brutal, and so they said, well, just don't leave. Like, don't get out of the van. Just stay in the van
Stay in
in the
there.
field. We're just gonna let it cool down for like 5 minutes and just stay here. I was like, well, fuck it. All right, if we're just gonna lay here, I'm just gonna lay down. And the guy was like, "Do you want a pillow or something?" I was like, kind of like in like a fuck you. I was like, no, I've got some hot dog buns here. Thanks very much." And I used those as a pillow. And then they're like, "All right, we're ready to take it." And I was like, I'm not getting up. I'm just gonna, this doesn't matter. Like what is this? I'll just play the show down here. Um, so that was it. That was all I thought would happen of that. And I thought it would just go away and nobody would see it and nobody would care. And yet, like 8 months later, I don't know, like a year later, I got hit up by this guy in Japan who was so confused about that session because,
Understandably.
yeah, I mean, well, yes, but if you think about it from like the Japanese mindset, where he's like, "What is a hot dog bun?" Like, why is it's a piece of bread that fits around this hot dog? He's like, "What the fuck is a hot dog? That doesn't make sense." He was like, "Oh, a hot dog is it's a sausage. It's not a sausage, but it looks like a sausage. It's not a dog, but it is meat. It's made from, well, okay, is it like beef or something?" It's like, kind of.
Kind
You know,
of.
it's like
Sometimes.
it's lung, it's byproduct. It's like all the other stuff that you throw away. He's like, "But you love it." Yeah. Oh yeah, we love it. And the hot dog bun only works for hot dogs. Like, yeah, pretty much. You don't really use it for anything else. I mean, you could make like a peanut butter sandwich for a kid, but pretty much you just use it for the hot dog. And he was like, "But why are there?" And I don't remember the math, but it's like, why are there like 8 hot dogs to a pack, but there's only 6 hot dog buns or something? It's like, pretty fucking good question. You have to buy a tremendous amount for
Yeah.
them to equal out.
It's by design.
Yeah, it's like it's a pyramid scheme basically. So his whole thing, the Japanese, everything makes sense. It makes
Yeah.
perfect sense. Everything is in order, and so a
Not
hot
here.
dog is so confusing. If you really think about it, it's like, yeah, that is very confusing. So then the hot dog bun only having one purpose and having it not line up with the thing that's supposed to make sense. And then so in his mind, I took the hot dog buns, which only have one purpose, and I made a new purpose, which was to have a pillow, And anyway, all this communication was done through like Google Translate, so it was really choppy. Didn't make a lot.
Wow.
But he ended up offering me a tour of Tokyo, and he was like,
Cool.
"Yeah," and I went, and he was like, "Look,
Yeah.
he's like, I'm not a music promoter. I just he runs like he ran like a okay, if you have like a little shop that sells like tchotchkes and shit, like
Yeah.
like novelty clocks and like scented candles and like maybe like like gadzooks kind of like fun stuff. Well, you might buy all that stuff from like a convention center that sells just to little shops like yours. So he
Yeah.
runs the convention center in Tokyo that hosts conventions like that one. And he said, "Look, I can give you like $1,000. You can come to Japan. You can stay in my boss's apartment. He's out of town, and you can walk up and down the aisles of the convention center singing what he called the Hotodogo Bun song." And I was like, "Okay, yeah, sounds great, And I came to Japan and I put together a tour of like 6 other shows, so 5 other shows. So I played 6 shows in 7 days in Tokyo, and the 6th show, the final show, which was the whole reason I was there, was to play his convention center. And every other show kind of made sense, like it was at a venue or it was like with a friend of a friend of a friend's band, and Japanese bands, and it ruled. It was all really cool. But when
Yeah.
I got to the one show, the whole point of me being there, he was just like, there was no Google Translate. I no longer could communicate with him. It was just English, and he was like, "You're here. Hotodogo Bunsong, go." And I was like, "Oh, is it?" And I was like, "Oh, it's a cover." Hey, Hotodogo Bunsong, yeah. Like go, like start going up and down the aisle singing the hot dog bun song. And I was like, "Oh man, it's a Johnny Paycheck song. I don't know how to explain this. Like, I don't know it." I was like, bum bana bum bana dun 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 dun. Boop. He's like, yeah, go do it. And I
Yeah,
was like,
do that.
I don't play it. I was like, I sing it, but I was like, you need the pedal steel and the bass is so it's like a band, it's a full band song. I always just sing it. I actually don't know how to play it. And he, it was I was like, I don't know, trying to explain the shit, and he was so like so disappointed. Like
Oh man.
like you cannot imagine letting a person down more than this guy was just like, why are you here? What is the problem? Like, what don't you get? I know you're the guy from the video. I recognize.
I've
I know,
watched you do it.
yeah, you've done it. And I was like, I
You're
don't
the
know how
hot
to
dogs.
explain. Yeah, hot dog a bun song, go. And I was like, I just made it up. I
Yeah.
like didn't really play along. I sang it and up and down the aisles of this convention center for like an hour, and he was just kind of like, "Yep, keep fucking going."
Just the one song.
So you're just
That's it.
winging it up there. You're just
I was
like,
totally,
"Oh."
totally winging it, man. It was brutal. It was really, but you know what? I was like, and everybody that was there was like, "What are you doing?" Like we were like, like we're shopping for
And here's
items
this strange
to put
man.
into a store that's like 500 miles away from here. Why are you here? I was like, I don't know either, but it doesn't matter. And after that, I mean, it was kind of customary, like for the everybody put on it was a big deal. It was like a big convention center. It was probably like took them 6 months to organize, and it was like
Yeah.
pretty big production. And so we all go out to dinner, and he like wanted to punish me. I think he was pretty upset, and he kept ordering shit and being like, give it to him, give it to him. And I ate this one thing. It was like I said, I can eat anything. Oh, sure,
Right.
I can do it. And I ate this one thing that was like it was like a squid that was raw and was fermented in its own entrails.
Oh
And
sure.
it was cold.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck it, I can do anything. And they're like, he was just like, that's where that shit goes. I was like, yeah, I got it. So I I cut off a little tentacle and put it in my mouth. It was summertime. It was really warm out, I remember. And I put it in my mouth, and I immediately got cold. It was effervescent. It was like
Oh.
it's like bubbly.
Oh
Like,
no.
and I was like, "Ugh." Like I immediately was like, like fuck, I can get cold right now thinking about it. And he was just like watching me, like, and I was like, all right, yeah, I know how to party. I ate it, and I kept it down, but all because of the jam. I mean, like all of this was like,
Jam in
yeah,
the van. Yeah.
jam in the van. Thank you guys. Thank you for making such unsafe environments for artists and
Yeah.
prioritizing the safety of your camera equipment.
I mean, man, there's some good Jam in the Van videos out
They're
there.
great. They're some of my favorites. Honestly, like when I look up a band, I love to see their jam. Like, do they have a jam in the van? Oh fuck, I can't wait to see that. They
No.
get great performances. I really love what they do.
It was, I have no idea. I was gonna ask you actually.
Yeah, that was the last I talked to those guys. But
I mean, I know because like my couple favorite videos of theirs, it's like you and Lucas Nelson and shit like that.
Cool.
His After Midnight on there is fantastic.
oh, I'd like to see that.
But it was a fucking 2012, 2014,
That's when
something
mine was.
around
That was
there.
in 2012, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. But that Jam in the Van led to this, and we won't make you eat weird fucking squid.
Yeah.
Well,
I do. One of my favorite things. I introduced my wife to you through not your music, but through your videos that are like divorced dad cooking show.
yeah. Right.
The one that I always fucking remember is like you with like 3-day-old oatmeal. Being like, if you
Oh,
scrape the top off, it's like
oh,
chips.
Savory Listerine strips.
It's really fucking engaging. I just wanted to bring that up.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Whenever-
I haven't done a divorced dad meals at home in a long time.
I know. I've
Bring that
been
one
waiting
back.
for it.
Man, I get these ideas sometimes. Like I had this one called the Birmingham Burning Man.
Yeah.
He's like a enlightened redneck, just like went out to Burning Man and like shaved his eyebrows and got stuck in the desert and was just kind of like, wandering around and trying to figure out how to get back, but also didn't want to go back, and didn't want Burning Man to end, and
I
you know,
mean, man, I'll see a new thing that you're doing on on Instagram, and right now I'm very curious about the big golf ball.
oh yeah, the
Oh
golf
yeah, I
ball.
heard you had to fight to keep that.
What's up with that
Dude,
big golf ball?
I got a summons for it yesterday, or not a summons, like a ticket. Um, so
The golf ball got a ticket.
Yeah.
yeah, the golf ball got a ticket. Bullshit. So I bought this thing on Facebook Marketplace. I found it. It was an impulse buy like a year and a half ago or so, and I was like, "Oh, that's perfect. I can that'll be my merch booth." I never feel like venues have a big enough merch station. If you're like, I have a lot of I like merchandise a lot, and there's never enough room for it. It's never well lit. And I was like, I really need to bring my own thing, and I thought this would be perfect. And then I was like, I could also have like a tea. It could be like a tea ball, and I could give away free tea out of it. And the motto is like the tea is free. Just buy a house from me, you know. And I can roll up to open houses, I had this brilliant idea for it, but then I brought it home and I had it home for about a week, and then the fires happened in Altadena, and we lost our whole neighborhood. Everything burned in our whole neighborhood, 10,000 homes.
Did your
And
house burn?
I wish it had fucking burned. It didn't burn. Honestly, I mean, it didn't burn, but every single thing inside of it was ruined. So we ended up having to move it, clean it, move it again, only to find out that it was totally contaminated, and then we had to then discard of it. So like moving it out of our house into storage, we're like, okay, good, we saved it, thank God. And then we got really sick from like all the lead and
Oh,
asbestos. It's so contaminated. I mean, it's all like, it's not like a wildfire where you're like burning trees.
Trees. Yeah.
yeah.
It was like Teslas and solar panels that burned, so the smoke from that stuff is just so toxic. So everything in our house was wrecked, and we moved it. We spent tens of thousands of dollars like moving and cleaning and saving everything. And then like my daughter got really really sick from, we'd be like, oh, let's bring our rugs back, and we bring the rugs back, and like my kid gets sick. I'm like, oh fuck, all this stuff is so contaminated. So we had to throw it away and then replace it. And it was like, I wish it had just gone away the day that the fires came through, because then it
Sure.
would have saved us a lot of money and time and worry and all that stuff. So while the neighborhood was completely burning down, I mean we watched like slow motion dominoes, like every house on our block burned towards our house, and
Jeez.
it stopped one house away, but there was no water. There was no way to turn the fire department couldn't access the water because so many houses had burned that like it'd be like if all the spigots in the whole town were open, there's no
Yeah.
pressure.
Right.
So
Right.
once they're all burned, there's just like there's no pressure. It's just escaping. So there's
Jeez.
no way to access the water. So all we could do is just watch it burn. So like while everything was burning, we were just like taking loads and loads and loads of stuff out of the house, like throwing it onto the lawn, because every time one house would burn, it would burn for about a half an hour, and then it would hit the gas line and explode, and then the
Oh,
explosion would catch the next house, and it was just like
Jesus.
slow motion dominoes just coming
Yeah.
at it. And yeah, so like we went back like 6 times and saved all of our stuff, and then I was like, once we'd gotten everything we really cared about, guitars and bikes and passports and stuff, I told my girlfriend, I was like, I'm going back for the golf ball. Like, just leave it, man, just leave it. I was like, no, I'm going back for it. And I went,
Yeah.
I went back, and the last time we'd been there, which was like 30 minutes before, the fire department was like, out. Like, you guys get the fuck out of here. And I was like, I know. We're gone. But when I went back the sixth or seventh time, they saw me and they're like, and I was like, I'm just here for my golf ball. I'm getting my golf ball. There's like, it's like fucking Baghdad, like explosions all over. It's
Just
crazy. It's like
my golf ball.
totally apocalyptic. And I was like, I'm just coming back for my golf ball. And I'm like trying to load this massive golf ball onto this tiny trailer. And all the fire department, they come over, they're like, all right, what are we doing? And I was like, okay, we're getting this golf ball onto this trailer. And they were so fucking sweet. They was like, all right, let's do it, you know. And they just kept being like, we can't even access water anyway. There's nothing for us to do, so let's just get your dumb ass out of here,
Yeah.
you know. So my girlfriend got the most amazing picture of all these firemen like helping lift like an Iwo Jima. It looks just like Iwo
Oh
Jima,
man,
like lifted
that is
but with the
great.
golf ball. So anyway, so I rescued the golf ball, and since then we've just been like struggling to find a place to live. We moved 8 times this year,
Jeez.
and we finally found this amazing spot, but there's no room for the golf ball. It's like up in the mountains, and there's just truly no room whatsoever. And I parked it on the street, and just yesterday the sheriff was out, and he was just like, you know, I don't know how many calls I got about this thing. I'm like, fuck. All right,
What?
I'll
So
move
the
it. Yeah.
neighbors are bitching about the golf ball.
Yeah.
Every neighbor is bitching about the
Do they
golf
know
ball.
the golf ball story? Like, just get
I
off
just
my
don't
dick
think
about
they
the golf
care.
ball.
I don't think they give a shit at all. We're in a pretty conservative area, and it.
Yeah, that'll do it.
I don't think they give
So,
a shit.
so now I backed it into my buddy's burned down lot in Altadena. I'm like, it's back in Altadena, but it's just gonna. I hope nobody. Yeah.
Has anything been rebuilt in Altadena? Because like last time I was
Yeah.
in LA was right before the fires, like 2 months. So I was in the Palisades. I love the Palisades. I think it's
yeah.
gone. I
Yeah.
don't know. I've been trying to find out. There's a sushi place up there called Pearl Dragon. I don't know if it still exists, but I hope it does. Have they built back shit?
Yeah. A lot of it has. Well, I mean, not a lot of it. I was there yesterday because I brought the golf ball back to Altadena, and I went for a bike ride, and uh, I was surprised to see that. I was like, oh yeah, there's like a decent amount of stuff being built, like not too crazy. So, you know, oh wait, I was just looking up the Pearl Dragon.
Just trying to get an answer on this fucking sushi place for
There's
like
an
2
Instagram
years.
post. Our family lost our home in the Woolsey fire. Damn. Feel the pain of those experiences they must.
That was
They're gonna say we're gonna get through this rebuild, and no, it didn't say.
that was like right after the fires. I don't think
Best
I've
of
seen
luck,
anything.
guys.
I mean,
Yeah.
the Palisades got it like the day before. It was just so fucking weird. I mean,
Yeah, I was
Palisades
seeing
burned, and then it doesn't look like it's there. Their
That's
last post is
fucking
kind of from like
bummer.
2024.
I was seeing like videos of the Palisades and trying to figure out where the fuck it was. I was looking at, and then like it did, what it used to look like, and I was like, that's the fucking Starbucks on the corner.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
like,
unreal.
That's
I
just
mean,
gone.
it's like a city deleted. Honestly, that's
Yeah.
Altadena was. I mean, my kids' school, 18 of my 20 closest friends in Altadena, every house gone.
Jesus.
Yeah,
And
that's
then and the ones that are left, you don't envy those people. You know,
yeah, all their shit is
I mean, that-
contaminated.
Lead
yeah,
smoke.
there's like lead so deep in the house that you have to bring it down to the studs, and even then, it's kind of like it's been cooked. Like the heat alone has
Yeah.
like warped studs and warps renders concrete useless. Like it's just what the stuff has been through. It's just not worth it. So you have to
Yeah.
tear it all down. So and what's being rebuilt, it looks bad, and there's no trees, and it's just devastating. I mean, we used to live within a 10-minute hike of 3 different waterfalls. Like every morning we'd wake up, and if I didn't have anything going on that morning, it would be like, oh, you want to like hike to a waterfall and go skinny
Yeah.
dipping in a mountain stream? Like it was unreal. It was just
Yeah.
unbelievable. So that's gone. It's pretty hard to be in LA without Altadena. I'm having a hard time with it.
Well, you went to LA after being in Nashville for a while,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And you have a song about Nashville on your new record.
Yeah. Yeah.
I saw that title,
Tracks.
Hot Chicken Condos, and I was like, that's going to be a
Nashville.
good one.
All right. On.
Like,
It's gonna be apt.
Yeah.
I like Nashville, but I don't live in Nashville. You know what I mean? I can just like I like LA, but I don't fucking live in LA.
Yeah.
Like I can go and like pretend to be a rich guy in those places and then leave, and I don't have to put up with fucking because I used to live in San Francisco, and that's a whole ordeal. But you were in Nashville playing music there. Why did you leave, or is it all in that song?
No, I left for a couple reasons. One was probably the biggest one is that I had a broken femur. I had a broken leg. I didn't know it. I mean, I knew it, but I went to 5 different surgeons in Tennessee. I was like, I have a broken fucking leg. Like I've seen it on an X-ray, but I really need an MRI. I think I need a hip replacement, and they would just be like, "You're too young. You know, come back when you're 60."
Right.
And I was like 30 years old. I was like, well, what the fuck am I supposed to do until then? When I came out to LA, I was coming out here a lot, just kind of like for friends and recording and whatever, beautiful weather in the winter and getting out of Nashville and touring and stuff, just friends and stuff. Kind of like you. I was like, I come to dip my toe in it, but I didn't really want to live in it.
Yeah.
And I had a therapist out here, and I was complaining all of it. I was like, I can't get a surgeon to give me an MRI. And he was like, isn't that bullshit? He's like, who do the Lakers go see like when they have hip problems? Like, why don't you just look up the best surgeon at UCLA or something? I was like, that's a really great idea. So I did that, and I had an appointment with that guy the next day, and I was in LA on like a long weekend. I was like, fuck, I'm just gonna do it.
Shit. Yeah.
And I go into the surgeon, and it cost like $1,000 to see him, but he was like the best in LA, and did like hip replacements on the Lakers and shit. I was like, damn, this is the guy. And immediately he's like, let's just get an MRI. And then he immediately looked at it. He was like, this is internal bleeding. That's infection. This is, here's things all crushed. Anyway, he was like, you need an emergency hip replacement.
Jeez.
And he was like, are you a resident of California? And I was like, I'm
What
not.
do I
He's
say?
like, well, yeah, I was like, I'm not. He's like, well, just get a bill, get a phone bill like today. Just go to AT&T and,
Yeah.
so I did. And I was like, fuck it, I'm just do it. And then like 6 weeks later, I had a hip replacement, and I was like, I guess I live in LA now. And I went back to Nashville a few times in that time, and I think there was another time where like, I don't know, I think I just felt like there was no privacy at all. Everybody knew absolutely everything about everybody else, and that's all they talked about. And that I grew up in a town of 200 people, and I was so sick of that. Like, I love this fucking South so much, but I was just so sick of the gossip and the pettiness and the rivalries and stuff. And I was like, I kind of want to go where nobody knows or cares who you are.
Yeah.
And just to change things up. So I was also like a little tired of touring. I was like I had polyps, my vocal cords. I was not selling very many tickets. I was like suffering from overexposure. I was always on tour, so it was never special. So people would be like, oh, he always comes through here. And I was like, oh shit, I kind of need you to show up to the shows,
Yeah.
And so I was like, I think I really need to take a break. And anyway, all those reasons, it just made sense. And I was just getting a little heartbroken over what was happening to Nashville. And, I'd been going there since I was like 17 and just loving the place and loving just taking it all in, the history and the culture that only exists in Nashville around music. And it's just such a beautiful thing. And to me, it's a sacred thing. It's a beautiful, precious thing that needs to be protected. And yet it's just being exploited. And, it happens. You can get down in the dumps and sad and pissed off about it, but it's just the nature of things. And so I rather than get too down about it, I decided to go try something else and then kind of like try to put how I felt about it in a song. And that I feel like I did a pretty good job of summarizing it with that song. Those are all the things that I was like, this, this.
Like that, you go.
Well,
you got it.
You have a way. You have a way of being very funny without it being cute, which I really appreciate. Like you're just holding up absurd examples, and it kind of like makes a funny point. It makes you laugh, but it also makes a greater point, which I really also appreciate.
It's very hard to say like Target and Starbucks in a song, I feel like, without it being lame.
Yeah,
or like
totally.
polite policemen and rude to their waiters.
Yeah, that's a
you're
good
just
line.
like that sums up a lot. Like that you're encapsulating a point of view very well without it being cute or political.
Fuck yeah.
It's really good. I really appreciate it. It's a good record.
Thanks so much. I mean, I care so much about it.
Yeah.
And, I think Okay, like I've got I tend to get a little tangential here, so I'm gonna try to not go on a tangent
That's
here. But
fine.
You can. I don't care.
Yeah, me too.
I've been looking forward to this one.
Yeah.
yeah, well, I love this is great chatting with you guys. So I'm down to just fucking go whole hog here. I mean,
Knock it
like I
out.
guess I was gonna say like I have this friend named Max Geller, and he's a brilliant man, and he's also probably my biggest fan. He's been such an amazing supporter of me, and we've just been such good friends for a really long time. And I'm a really big fan of his. He leads this incredible art protest movement called Renoir Sucks at Painting. And
Okay.
you know,
What
like
the-
okay, weird hill to die on, right? But he fucking takes it so far, and he is like this is like I don't know 10 or 15 years ago he started this Renoir Sucks at Painting thing, and he single-handedly has brought down the value of paintings that he just thinks suck.
That's
You know,
so
like
cool.
it's so fucking cool. You know,
That's
and
how you do things.
that's how you do it. He's just
It's
like,
so-
wait a second. Like Renoir is not a good artist. You know, and he started all these hashtags like Sharpie eyes, and he'll post all these photos of Renoirs that just suck. And you're like, you know, he's like, you know, he was also Trump's first presidency. He was just like, noticed that like Trump had bought a Renoir, which was the fucking funniest thing. Like, of course he bought a
There you
Renoir.
go.
You know, and anyway, I protested with him at the Norton Simon Museum in Pasadena here. We had all these, we picketed and like shut down the parking lot and stuff, just being like, Renoir sucks at painting. Like, why does the Norton Simon Museum have any Renoirs when they suck? Anyway, and he also had this other one that was boycott the fuck out of Israel, and he's been running this for
Yeah.
like 15, 18 years. Like he's been like boycott the fuck out of Israel. And he was I think he dropped out of law school, but man, this guy is so eloquent and so perfectly spoken on the things that he cares about, and I could not get behind what he's saying more. I'm just like, you know exactly what the fuck is up, Max.
Yeah.
But when it's my turn, like if the camera gets pointed to me, like, well, what do you have to say about Renoir or Israel or any of those things? I kind of go blank. I'm like, everything Max said, I don't really have much to add. I totally agree. But
He did it right.
politics, like politics and protesting, it's just is not my language. I
Right.
cannot
Yeah.
find the words. I also I can't say anything that anybody's ever said. It really bugs me. Like I fucking hate country music where the guy's just talking about like a whiskey soaked highway or something. You're like, what are you fucking talking about?
Right.
That's been said so many times. It doesn't mean anything. You're just trying to write a song, but you don't have anything to say. It's so
Right.
frustrating, so annoying.
Yeah.
So I just find it's like, stay in your goddamn lane, say what you need to say. And so for me, I draw a lot of inspiration off people like Max Geller because I so appreciate what he's doing. I can't add to it, but I love it. And I feel that way about, like, my protest is like Nashville. I have a problem with what's going on here.
Right.
Or like conservative family members. I'm like, there are so many hypocrisies here. You are fucking so rude to your wait staff, but you're like thanking, like saluting,
Which is
cops.
important.
Yeah.
That's an important that's a distinction that matters. Like that's indicative of a worldview that
Yeah.
a lot of bad shit comes from.
Yeah, and a lot of people share. It's like it's a commonality that you're like, why are
Yeah.
so many of these fucking people like so polite to policemen, but like and mean to their wait? Like it doesn't make sense.
Exactly.
And I'm like that is the problem. That is the thing I want to highlight. And
Yeah.
whenever those things pop out, I'm like, it feels like there's a spotlight on it, and it like really needs to be said. And I'm always
Absolutely.
shocked that it hasn't been said before. Like kind of whenever I get one of those ideas, I'm like, oh, that's certainly been said before. I'll write it anyway, and then I kind of be
Write
like,
it anyway.
"Oh, yeah, you write it anyway. And anyway, though that's kind of this is a very long way of answering and saying that like, you got to say what you feel. Even though I like support the hell out of boycotting the fuck out of Israel, I'm like, beyond that, I don't really know what else to say to add to it.
Right.
I agree. I totally agree. But I just don't. I'm not very eloquent when it comes to like protest stuff.
Well, Well, I was a lot of my favorite artists. I always think they sound like this, like themselves, right? Like Neil Young sounds like Neil Young, and not anyone
Right.
the fuck else.
Hmm.
Uh, and one of the ways I explained you to Eli was I was like, I don't know who he's ripping, and that's my favorite shit on artists. Like if I can't figure out who the
Yeah.
guy's ripping,
Right.
I'm proud. Like I'm gonna be happy with it, you
Which
know,
totally
Exactly.
tracks.
because there's so many people now. Like a new band starts playing, and I go Leonard Skinner. I could just
Yeah.
go listen to
Yeah.
Leonard Skinner, you
I know.
know.
I know. Every act that comes out, people will always say, "Have you heard of this band or something?" I'm like,
A
"No, but
million
I
times
know every
before.
record he's listened
Yeah, I
to."
know John Prine.
Yeah.
You know, there's a very famous guy out there right now who got big on the internet doing modern day John Prine songs. Uh, who I
Who's
don't
that?
have. Jesse Wells. I don't have a
Oh
huge,
yeah.
not a big fan of that guy because I think it's hacky. You know, and
Yeah.
I'm not looking for like he'll say Target and Starbucks in a way where I go, that's lame. You just did that fucking lame, dude. But like with your shit, like you know, a lot of your stuff, you got a sound. I can easily identify if it's fucking you, you know.
Yeah.
But not every song. I'm like, this is a repetition of the previous song. Like Sweet Creep and Debbie Downers are different records, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
And Woodwinds.
Brilliant idea.
Why'd you do
Holy
Woodwinds?
shit. And what
Man,
are
I've
the other
always wondered.
ones?
Oh, the other ones are going to be crazy. My label's asking that we keep it a secret, but I'll tell you what
Okay.
the next one is. The next one, I think I can. Let me text Kurt really quick and see if I
Sure.
can.
Sure.
Hey, we accidentally broke the news of a Butthole Surfers reunion because JD Pincus got distracted and just said it.
That's true.
Uh-oh.
That was fun.
So I don't know. We've had that happen before.
Yeah. Hang on. The next releases. Did I mention the next one?
I hope so.
I want to know.
Yeah.
It's a.
If nothing else, maybe I have to.
So the woodwinds, you know, it's one of those things like I originally made this record. I had the original idea for the 4 versions was like 4 different cities. Like I made it. Actually there's a 5th version that nobody's heard yet that I made in Houston with Kelly Doyle. It's so fucking good, man. Kelly, if you don't know Kelly Doyle, he's probably my favorite musician. Kelly's like he's like a country free jazz guitar player. Like most of his guitar solos I
Okay.
played like behind the nut, you know, like by the tuning pegs. You know, he's like, "Bow," you know, like crazy ass shit that nobody's playing like Kelly.
Okay.
And I've always wanted Kelly to. He played with Robert Ellis forever. He's unreal. And I always wanted Kelly to produce a record. So, like 2 years ago, I went to Houston and we made a Houston version of the record. And I was like, all right, I want a Houston record. I want to make it in Nashville. I want to make it in L.A. with Dawes, my sweet, one of my best friends, Taylor Goldsmith. And so that's what we did. We made it in Houston. I made a lot of it in Altadena with Dawes, but it got burned up. Taylor's studio burned. So that was lost. And then I made it in Nashville. And the Nashville and the Houston version, they just here's the problem. This kind of harkens back to something you were saying earlier. Is like I love what I do. I really love what I do, but I don't have a very complex sense of melody. I kind of like I write the same song a lot, but I like that song, so I don't care. But
It doesn't
when
come
comes,
off that way.
yeah, well, it's okay. I'm not putting myself down. It's just when it comes to like making another record, like how you said, Sweet Creep is different from Debbie Downers. It's like that's all thanks to Jim James and Taylor Goldsmith. Like those dudes went in there and like if you'd heard the demos to Debbie Downers and Sweet Creep, like they're the same. They sound exactly the same, but it was all thanks to those guys and their fucking visionary genius minds. Like they're brilliant and came up with the coolest sounds and so that's what really made the distinction there. But after making the Houston version and then making the Nashville version, I was like, they kind of sound the same because they're the same songs and they're like these have to be drastically different if I'm gonna make it make sense. And I was and then after Taylor's studio burned, I was like, all right, that one's out. Kind of back to the drawing board. What do I do here? And I was like, well, what do I really, really want? And I was like, well, I fucking love woodwinds. I love like clarinets and that orchestral like Disney
Yeah.
sound. And I just thought, wouldn't it be cool to do that? And I felt like it would be simple. Like it seems kind of like just a couple days in the studio, and maybe it's not that complicated. And it that wasn't true at all.
Yeah, I
It's pretty hard to pull it off, but
bet. It
all thanks.
works.
It works, but the only reason, again, the only reason it works is because of this dude Andrew Conrad, who's a composer in LA, and he wasn't working too much because of the film and TV strike, and he agreed to do this project. And my God, I never envisioned it would be as beautiful as it came out, but that's
Yeah.
all because of him. So it was my idea, but it was his. He pulled it off, you know.
Well, one of our employees doesn't like any music that I like. She says out loud, "I don't like the electric guitar," and I'm like, "That's a fucking crazy statement."
That's a crazy
Uh,
statement.
but yeah, it's I don't
Especially
know.
like
Uh, Noah Kahan a lot. That guy. Mumford and Sons. But yeah.
Yeah, that's
So maybe you won't like this compliment. We were listening to Debbie Downers, and she was like, "Is this Jonny Fritz?" And I was like, "The girl that reached out to you." And I was like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Oh, I like this one." And I was like, "Yeah,
Okay.
man, there you go. We have one fucking band in common." Like,
I'll take
I've
it. I'll
tried to
take
get her to fucking, because she's like, she loves the song "Joy to the World," and I was like, "Listen to the Hoyt Axton one. Do that."
Yeah.
And she was like, "I don't know if I like Hoyt Axton." I was like, "Are you fucking kidding?"
Does he like Hoyt Axton?
Reagan. She does like Blaze Foley though, so you and Blaze Foley went
Oh,
over.
interesting. That's really confusing.
It's
How do
incredibly confusing.
you like Blaze Foley, but you don't like Hoyt Axton. I mean, I don't know. But you know what I realized too is that like some people, like my guitar player and one of my best friends, Albert Hickman, a great songwriter in his own right, but he doesn't really hear words. He doesn't hear lyrics. And he
Huh.
doesn't care about words. And same with Andrew Conrad, the guy who did the Woodwinds album. You know, he always calls the team man. He's like, "Do you want to play tea time?" And I'm like, "Yeah, but what are you hearing?" You know, like, "I'm tea time."
You
You know,
think
like,
I'm talking about golf?
but like some people just really don't hear it. So I'm always wondering, like when somebody says, "Oh, I love this," it's like, well, what part of it? You know, is it
Right.
sonically you like how nice the pedal steel is, or is it that what the singer's saying, or like what it is? So I'd be curious to know for her because Blaze Foley kind of has it in spades. I mean, he's such a great singer, such a great songwriter, and it's so pleasant to listen to. You know,
Yeah, it's. I
and
think.
like Hoyt Axton's like so fucking cool, but if you don't like his voice, or you know, like some people say I'm on no count, you know, like that
Yeah.
fake Irish thing or something. It's like, well, if that's what you don't like, but he's so cool. Oh, I love
He's
Hoyt
the
Axton.
shit. We
you
talked
ever
to
heard-
his son.
Oh, yeah.
Matt Axton.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a very uplifting episode.
It was
Oh,
great.
cool. I'd like to hear that.
It's out on Spotify and whatever else. I don't remember
Cool.
where we Apple. um,
That one. Have
but
you ever heard
that
the song of Beelzebub's Laughter?
No.
No, I don't think so.
It's my favorite Hoyt Axton song, and it's about like I guess it's about Vietnam, but it's
Fun.
what's the line? There's a lyric. It's like night has come to the Vietnam jungle and rain falls into the wide open eyes of Corporal Flynn and Corporal Miranda sprawled in the mud there where they have died. And
Jesus.
it's
Okay.
brutal. It's
And then
so
he wrote "Joy to the World."
yeah. But then there's another lyric. He's like, and then he comes home from the war, and he's like, I've seen all these things, and he has this amazing line about like there's, my freckled faced T-shirted milk drinking babies who never have ever seen fire in the sky, and I hope they never will. It's so incredible. Oh my God, it gives me chills.
I mean, he's a motherfucker of a songwriter.
For real, man.
Um,
He's really so good.
Good range too.
One of the things Matt told us his son was that Billboard used to put out, and they still do, but like, you know, best rock, best pop, whatever, those lists, right? And then there would be other, and
Yeah.
it would just be Hoyt Axton listed.
Oh, that's awesome. He's such a. I think he's like a folk singer.
Yeah, but then he's
I mean, he's
not.
like,
You
yeah,
know, like
everything evolves. I mean, there is no genre. This is like we are so much in the age of like what the fuck genre. Like honestly, if you're playing a genre like a I just play this, then I dare say you're probably playing something that's like sounds so inauthentic. You know, like
oh,
if you're like, I just play country and I'm not influenced by anything else, like, well, then
You're
you probably sound like a fucking Civil War reenactor or something.
well, you know,
Then
like have you seen all the AI videos of country singers that don't exist now? Like there's a guy
no,
Kane Walker who's not a real person.
that tracks.
And it's just hundreds of comments of people being like, "I love this song. I feel this," and I'm like, "This fucking not
This
real."
really captures
But
my human
you
pain.
can't
yeah.
tell the goddamn difference.
Well, it's getting harder to tell, you know.
Well, it's also like if you listen to that and radio country, you're like there isn't a difference.
There isn't a difference. I make up a lot of new country songs on with AI. I have a really good time with it. Actually, it's one of my
Dude.
favorite things to do. Like I'll like make up a song and text it to somebody. Like I always get Zach from the Lone Bellow, and I'll make up a fake country song and through AI, and I'll send it to him, and I'll be like, "Man, I heard this song in Home Depot, and it reminded me of our friendship." You know, like I'll send you guys some shit. It's fucking
Please
fun.
do.
Yeah,
But it's not like, but people are doing it for real, man. Like
I
that's
know.
the fuck.
There's, I know.
One of them charted recently, like legitimately charted. You
Yeah.
know, I don't know. I've been over this a lot when we talk to musicians, but like there's a genre that's called Americana. And I think that really just means like authentic a lot of the time, you know, because like it's just we have so many years of American music now and so many influences that like people like Charlie Crockett are throwing together six in one song, you know, and they're like there's a lot of different places are represented here, you know,
Yeah.
like
But don't you think Americana artists, like once they get popular enough, they don't want anything to do with Americana? Like Charlie Crockett, isn't he? I don't really know anything about him, but isn't he just like, I'm not Americana, I'm country. I want to be on CMT, not fucking Instagram.
I don't know. I mean, I find a lot of them will end up at the Opry,
Yeah.
but
Right.
at the same time,
It's
I'd
really
rather
just
see
pop.
those people at the Opry, like him and
Yeah.
Vincent Neil Emerson, who just
I know.
debuted.
DME,
Then,
man.
yeah, we've had him on the show as well. But like those people, I would much rather fucking see on the Opry than I can't.
Pop.
Jelly Roll?
Sure, yeah, him. He's a good one. He just got that guy's a fucking nightmare. Not to talk shit about it. There's another video that I want to bring up. That's you and David Allen Coe back when you were going by
Yes.
Johnny Corndog,
Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah.
and it has one of my favorite Coe-isms, which is about jumping up on the chair, jumping up on the table, taking my dick out. That whole fucking thing.
How'd you force your way into that?
What was up with that situation?
Dude, David is my second cousin, actually.
For real?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of funny. So my uncle died. Before my uncle died, I was driving him to the airport after Christmas, and he said he was always a little loopy, you know. And he said, "Well, you know, your cousin David Allen Coe," and I was like, "The fuck?" You know, like what? My mom would have said no, you know. And he's like,
I would
"No,
know
I
that.
mean." Yeah, he's like, yeah, in like '59, we used to have all these fish fries at Lake Maria or whatever. I was like, what? And so I asked my mom about it. I was like, hey, David Allen Coe? And she's like, yeah. He's our cousin. I was like, what the fuck?
Nobody
know,
thought to mention this.
Yeah, I was like, what do you mean? And so she's like, well, I do remember him. He was a real troublemaker. And then he went away when he was like 11 and we never saw him again. And so I was like, damn, that's so cool. And I just kind of put it out of my mind, or, you know, I told everybody who would listen, but didn't do anything about it.
Right.
And then I was on, what's it called? Sirius XM, Jeremy Tepper. Do you remember Jeremy? He died a couple of years ago, but fucking great DJ. He's a loudmouth. He's a big, like, name dropper, but a good guy. And he was talking shit. And I was doing some show with Billy Joe Shaver or something in New York, and I got on his show to promote. I think it was Dad Country, yeah, that record in like
Yeah.
2011 or something. And he said, he was just talking shit. You know, he's just like, well, la la la, I know this person, I know this person. He's like, and I'm friends with David Allen Coe. And I was like, well, that ain't shit. He's my second cousin. You know? And he stopped. He's like, bullshit. I was like, no, it's actually really, it's true. And he's like, well, I'm texting him right now. So he texted David, and he said, I'm sitting here with your cousin Johnny Corndog, and David wrote back immediately, all caps, who the fuck is that? And I was like, all right, hang on. So I like called my mom. I was like, all right, what's the connection?
Yeah.
You know, like, what is the connection? How do I? I'm on the air. Like, how do I explain that? He's like mentioned Lake, whatever it was, in Ohio in 1959. Harry and Harriet Neal, his parents, whose names before were like Dawn and Elizabeth, and they changed their names to Harry and Harriet.
That's
Okay.
weird.
Yeah, and like
Sure.
when like his dad married some new woman. I think she was like, you got to do something about all these kids. You got to get rid of some of them. And he was like, I'll get rid of David. Like, it's a sad story. And so he, I think, just took David to the state and said, we can't handle him. So they put him in like a detention center for youth. And then, you know, by the time you get 18 in those places, you pretty much just go to jail because of
Right.
The Charlie Manson effect.
Yeah, the Charlie effect.
you're just fucking institutionalized anyway. So that was his story, you know. And anyway, so I wrote all that, and he wrote back immediately. He said, everything he says is true. He is kin to me. And you know, I was like, all right. And this is the first time I ever made the connection. And he says, give Johnny my phone number. And I was like, fuck yeah. Oh, and I was opening for him. So I was opening for him at Music Hall of Williamsburg, and I was on the air talking about that, and he was like, I'm friends with him. I was like, well, he's my second cousin. So then when the show happened, he came up to me and like just gave me this big hug, and was surrounded with a motorcycle gang as like protection, outlaws, and they all kind of like did this like fist fucking thing and wore me in. And I was like, yeah. And then after that, he offered me a bunch of shows, and I played with him in Nashville at Marathon, and it was incredible. And I was like, wow, amazing. You know, I really love most of his music. I think it's very fucking good.
He's my favorite country singer of all time.
he's
Like
so good.
1969 to 1984.
Yeah.
Every fucking record is just.
It's great. It's great. And I mean, he'd always stay with me when he'd come to Nashville, and I couldn't believe it. He'd kind of burned every bridge. You know, like he didn't really
Yeah,
have
it
anybody.
seems like that.
I can believe
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I could too. And there's one really fucking funny story. I was in Nashville. I was trying to buy my house that I was living in, and he was staying with me, and I had an appraisal like early in the morning, like 8 a.m. The appraiser showed up, and he knocks on the door and like kind of wakes everybody up, and I came outside and I was like, oh, I'll deal with this, and we're walking around the house and we're looking up at the soffit and the fascia and all this. We're kind of pointing out like some flaking paint and stuff, and David comes outside and he's like trying to put his wig on, and he's having some fight with his wife, with Kimberly, and he's outside on the porch, like we're like 10 feet away from him, and he goes, you fucking bitch, you fucking bitch, you know, and the appraiser was like one of these like real like one of the guys like that I'm singing about in Hot Chicken Condos, like
Right,
kind of
right.
pudgy, like tucked in golf shirt, and he was like, is that David Allen Coe? You know? And I was like, family, you know? And he was like, okay, I got it, man, I'm a little bit starstruck. And I was like, yeah, well, you know, what are you gonna do? And then he comes out and has like another big blow up fight, and we're trying to ignore it, like look up at the roof and be like, yeah, a couple shingles would come off, and I was like, you want to go check out the back? And I was like, yeah, let's go right back. But anyway, yeah, that house appraised $30,000 over what I was trying to buy it for. But I lost touch with him. I've texted him once a year or so since then. I haven't heard back from him. I don't know. I can't imagine he's doing that well.
I mean, we've talked to. There's a number of people that we know that know him.
Yeah.
Like you know Dallas Moore, that dude. He plays fucking here in Texas all the time. He lives in both of them. but him and Coe have played together since I think the late '80s. And when we
Well,
were talking to him, he said that 2023 was the last time he heard back in a text from him, and he doesn't think it was him because it didn't sound like it wasn't weird or all caps kind of shit. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, and like he knows what first of all, the concept of David Allen Coe texting someone is very funny to me. Uh, but I don't know. We've heard that from like everyone, including like this one dude, Dick Giese, that my buddy's friends with, was in his band in the
Yeah.
late 2010s, and I don't know. I saw a picture of him on Facebook, I think, recently, but I'm not 100% sure. It's a bummer. I really.
Yeah, I want to see. I'm gonna text his wife. Let's see if I have her number. Kimberly Coe. I don't know.
Let's
I don't
find
think
out.
I know.
Let's
I don't
on air text David Allen Coe.
I don't know. I don't think I have her.
Loving on your text.
Dude, if
No,
it's
I don't
David
have her
Allen Coe,
number anymore. Yeah, man. I think I have a feeling he's wherever he is. He's moving slowly. You know.
I think he's here. Like, because
Where-
we're in
where are you
Covington, Kentucky, so
Oh,
right
right
south
on.
of Cincinnati.
Oh, shit.
So last anyone knew, he was in like Reading, I think.
Yeah. He was spending a bunch of time in Florida and Ohio and stuff, but I don't know. He told me he was running away from taxes and shit, and I don't know.
I mean,
You can see the appeal, you know.
you know, you can't find someone.
Can't blame the guy.
But okay, so I gotta know. You grazed over it. You played with Billy Joe Shaver.
Oh yeah, a couple of times.
The fuck is he? What was that like? Because he's one of my
Man,
favorite as well.
Oh
that's-
yeah, same here, man. I mean, just absolute greatest, the fucking best. God, I loved him so much. And I played with him a few times. Actually, I've told this story before. There's some funny stuff went down where I interviewed him for American Songwriter magazine a long time ago, and it wasn't a very good interview. I was so starstruck. It was pretty hard to talk to him, you know. But I got his phone number, and he saved my number in his phone as like Johnny from Nashville, and he would hit me up all the time. He would call me all the time, like, "Hey, man, we're trying to get more of that stuff," you know. And I was like, I'm so glad that you called.
Wrong John from Montreal.
Well, I'm pretty sure. I don't know who you're calling, but I don't think I can help you. But I'm so glad to hear from
God.
you. Like, I kind of want to just keep this going because you never know. Like,
I
might
can
be able-
find you the stuff.
Those CDs you brought over are really good. We need 3 more.
I have koozies. You know, like what? Yeah.
Bring
Here's
the
a
golf
couple, like,
ball.
In the interview, I was talking to his manager and I was like, all right, you know, he had just gotten off that that shooting trial where he shot that guy in the face and then asked for his bullet back. Hey,
If you're gonna shoot somebody in the face,
yeah, he
ask
shot
for
this
the
guy in the town of Lorena, and I was talking to his manager. I was like, "Well, I'd love to do this interview," and he was like, "Only thing, you cannot talk about Lorena." I was like, "Okay, I won't say shit." And the first thing that he did when we got in the interview, was I was like, "How you doing?" He's like, "Man, I'm recovering. I got in a fight." I was like, "You got in a fight?" He's like, "I got in a knife fight." I was like, "A knife fight? Damn, old man." He's like, "That ain't shit. I got in a gun fight too." I was like, "Oh, it's you. You want to talk about it. You know, your manager's telling me not to talk about it, but it's you. You're the one who's going to get yourself in trouble."
I mean, I always think it's really interesting how good of friends him and Norm Macdonald were.
I love that association too. It's just a beautiful
It's
thing.
the fucking best. It makes sense, I guess, but also not at all. Have you ever played Southgate House in Newport, Kentucky?
Newport, yeah. I love that place. I haven't played there in a long time, but yeah, that was a great spot.
You should.
yeah, you should.
But
Really?
did you play it when it was in a church or not?
Yeah, it
a
was like
church?
an old church, I
Okay.
think.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that was at least in
The
the past
revival.
like 10 years.
Yeah.
The lady that manages it and owns it, named Morella, was telling me a story. There was a Billy Joe Shaver, Kinky Friedman show in like 2017 or something.
Okay.
And I was like, that would have been fucking fun. But she was saying that after the show, both of them were standing at the door, And first of all, Billy Joe Shaver had like 20 Red Bulls, but they were just like shaking everyone's hand on the way out and being like,
Yeah.
"Thank you for coming."
Yeah.
And it's crazy to me, like they're established, you
A
know,
little bit, yeah.
and like they're still at the door, like
I know.
old school town to town style, being like, "I gotta get fans. People have to remember me." And it's like, you're fucking Billy Joe Shaver. Everyone knows you.
And he meant it too. I mean, like it wasn't bullshit. You know, like I mean, I played with him at the Exit Inn in Nashville, and that's not a big club. I think it's a 500 cap room, you know, and
Yeah.
it didn't sell out. And you know, you're hearing all these songs that he's playing. You're like, you are Willie Nelson. You are Waylon Jennings. Like you are of this level.
And you
Yeah.
wrote
How,
them.
how are you not exactly like how are you not bitter? How are you not
I
so
love
tired
seeing
of
that.
getting into a fucking 15 passenger van? Like you're not even in a Sprinter. You're like in a shitty van, you know? And
Yeah.
it's just he's like, this is what I'm doing. I love what I'm doing. And he inspired the hell out of me. I mean, whenever I'd get bitter about, oh, I should be bigger. How come I'm opening for that guy and last time he opened for me? Whatever. You know, I'd get sad about that kind of stuff, or you see your Spotify numbers or something. It's like Billy Joe Shaver. Yeah, remember
Right.
that guy. And like, I mean, the way okay, so I discovered Mickey Newberry through Billy Joe Shaver, and
Mhm.
once I discovered Mickey Newberry, I have never really looked for anybody else. I've kind of been like, oh, that's my guy, and I think it's like, you know, like when, whatever. I love Mickey Newberry so much. I kind of can't. There was a period of like maybe 10 years where I'm not exaggerating. Like I did not listen to anything else. Like it was just Mickey Newberry,
That's-
and I discovered him through Billy Joe's autobiography. He
Mhm.
talked about one night he was like decided he was going to kill himself when he wrote that song Ragged Old Truck, and he's like,
It's one of my
like,
favorite fucking songs.
brilliant song. Well, that
Dude,
night,
I'm like happily married, and sometimes I just have to listen to that song, and it gets me so fucking. And I'm like, I love my wife. Like, what am I doing?
yeah.
Go on.
Well, yeah, well, that night he's like, he told me the story of it, and he's like, you know, I put on a nice suit. I made the bed, and I put on a nice suit, and I wrote a great letter. Suicide note, you know. He's like,
Yeah.
he's like, and I mean a great letter, like really put it all out there. I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
And he laid on the bed. I mean, exactly how the song goes. Laid on the bed with my gun to my head, and I damn near ended it all. But I come to myself just before I got killed, and put me some holes in the wall. So he
Yeah.
like he got so spooked that he was like, I'm gonna kill myself. Before he did, he was like, just empty the gun, and just blew 6 holes in the wall. And after that, he was like, fuck, you know, I've got to talk to somebody.
Yeah.
And he looks out in the street and saw that Mickey Newberry, who lived across the street, his light was on, and it's, you know, middle of the night, and he goes over there and knocks on the door. You know, it took a long time to get him to open the door. He's like, you know, Mickey, hey. He's like, and Mickey Newberry comes to the door with a shotgun. He's like, who is that? You know, he's like, hey man, it's me, it's Billy Joe. I need to talk to you. Can I talk to you? He's like, who is that? He's like, it's me, it's Billy Joe. And he said, Billy Joe, thank God you're here. I was just about to kill myself.
All right.
Both those dudes on the same street. Can you imagine?
God
I mean,
damn.
first of all, the fact that they've, like, can you imagine if both of those guys had killed themselves? I mean, on the same night in the same town from the same problem. You know, like both of them died in obscurity anyway. And both of them have influenced countless
Yeah.
creatives. I mean, they're artists, you know, they're
Right.
fucking brilliant. But I started getting into Mickey Newberry because of that, and just,
Yeah.
never looked back.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of, as like time goes on, there's a lot of shit like that gets buried.
Yeah.
You know, like everyone, there's a lot of Waylon stories, a lot of Willie stories, right? And people
Mhm.
rise to the top, and others just fall through the fucking shit. That's why I like getting into that stuff on here. You know, because now
Yeah.
we can fucking be like, look, listen to that story. You know, you
Yeah,
might
that's
not read
right.
an autobiography, but like we can get this out there a little bit. But on an entirely unrelated topic, I'm very curious about Los Angeles real estate.
Oh yeah, are you?
Yeah.
I am,
I need to talk to you.
like genuinely, because I have a habit of. So it started when I lived in San Francisco. I was paying first of all $15.50 a month for a house with 5 other people, so that's ridiculous.
Bargain.
Uh, I have my own bathroom too. I was like one of the only people I knew.
Yeah, that's outrageous.
Yeah, but so I've been going on Zillow for the past like 8 years, just all the time around LA and the Bay Area, looking at shit. What the fuck is going on? Like,
Well, it's hard to answer because okay, so LA is a tricky place. It's a massive city, first of all.
right?
And I live in a town called La Crescenta. It's just up in it's like the mountains above Glendale.
Yeah.
And I'm like 15 minutes to Echo Park. And so I think when most people think about, at least people our age and our style of life, probably like these same 5 or 6 areas, Atwater, Highland Park, Echo Park, Silver Lake, whatever,
Right.
Pasadena. And all these areas they're mostly like 1930s homes to 1950s. Nothing's really built after that, and they're all about 2 bedroom, 1 bath, and they're not making any more of them, and they're the one parts of town where everybody wants to live. So they kind of have this micro economy, and those houses are all kind of at about $1,000 a square foot, and they're all about 1,000 square feet. So they're all about $1 million.
Jesus Christ! I
And
just bought a house for way less than that.
of course you did,
Yeah.
of course you did, but
In
but the other
Florence,
thing is,
Kentucky.
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
well, I mean, the counter to that is that God, I could talk about this for a long time. But one thing about it is you can make a tremendous amount of money here, like a fucking ridiculous amount of money. Like it's
Yeah.
pretty easy to make 200 grand a year here, you know?
Right. There was a
So-
guy I lived with in San Francisco that worked for Google and was making 170, but he still lived in a house with 5 other people.
Yeah. Well, that's because there's kind of no other housing, and that's kind of that's what I'm getting to is here is like in those little areas, like they're all little tiny houses. Like if this was a modern city, they'd be more than one level. You know,
Right.
they'd be like at least 3 levels. So there'd be at least triple the amount of housing. There just isn't very much. So if you want to be there, it's going to cost you. But then what's fucking really stupid is if you get outside of those areas, like sometimes when I was really trying to build my real estate clientele, I would go to all these open houses because I had nothing else to do in Beverly Hills, where there'd be like a $30 million house, and I would do this thing where I would say, "Here's your breakdown," and it'd be like, "Here's how much it would cost to put down. You need $300,000 down, and it's going to be $93,000 a month."
Jesus fuck.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, and this is gonna fucking suck, is that those houses, nobody finances those houses. Those sell for cash.
Do they sell fast?
It depends. There's not necessarily because there's just only a certain number. The buyer pool is
Right.
pretty small because the amount of people that can actually afford those houses, they're just not a lot of them. So a lot of houses will stay on the market for a year, but you kind of like once you move into it, you put it up for sale because you're like, well, this is my third home and it's worth 30 million. So if somebody wants to buy it, I guess I would sell it.
Okay.
But what's fucked up about it is like those deals, like they transcend any kind of economic trend or like downturn, or like those people don't work, they don't have jobs,
Right.
they don't use banks, they don't finance anything, they're not putting a down payment down, they're just going to write a check for probably like 20 million, and maybe they'll finance like 10 million just to have a tax write-off or something. But so on the one hand you're like, oh my god, $1 million for a house, and you're like, I guess actually those people, that's kind of that kind of makes sense. The $1 million kind of makes sense when you compare how much you can make to live here. So it's pretty on scale. It's like, well, if you're making $250,000 a year, $1 million is like, it's not that much. It's still like the same ratio of your income to pay for the house as it would be if you lived in Shreveport and bought a $90,000 house, but you made $8 an hour.
Right.
It's still the same scale. It's just a lot bigger numbers. But the thing that really upsets me is like, yeah, well, first of all, it's so upsetting to pay $1 million for a 2 bedroom house. It's like it's so
It should be.
so,
It should
so
be.
upsetting.
Yeah.
It's fucking sucks. But but nobody has a gun to your head. You don't have to do it, you know. But the thing that I think one of the things that I find the most upsetting is like all of these houses, they get sold to people with trust funds, and the parents buy them, and it's just like I've been doing this for like 10 years, and whenever I meet with a new buyer, I'm just like, when do you want to introduce me to your uncle or your dad or something, because they're the ones who are actually buying it, you know, like,
Right.
Well,
somebody be like, well, I'm a musician, or like, or I'm a model, or I influencer or something, like, where's the money coming from? You know, it's always coming
Yeah.
from dad or something. So you're like,
Of course.
all right,
Must be nice.
is there
yeah.
enough? Like, are there enough jobs in that town that make a bunch of money for it to like sustain itself? Because the Bay Area, from
Yeah.
my understanding, has gotten cheaper since all the tech shit moved out after COVID. So it might be back. It might get cooler. But like LA didn't die in the same way. Like there's still shit
Yeah.
there. It's different and it's not as good in a lot of ways because
Yeah.
stuff's being AI and all that. But are there enough jobs that actually exist for people to finance this?
Yeah, yeah. People are rich here. People have so much money here. Nobody worries about money here. I mean, you walk in any park in Silver Lake, and you'll find the trash can filled with half-drank cold brews that cost $8.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that to me is like an economic indicator. I'm like, oh, you guys are fine. Nobody's sweating the Iran. Nobody's sweating anything here. That you guys have so much money, and I that's been the case. I mean, the last 3 or 4 years is like the world economy has taken a big shit. Everything in LA is just the same, and it's just like, well, people are kind of untouchable here, and so I don't know. It's pretty upsetting, honestly. I come from a town of 200 people. I dropped out of high school. I have no education, and my parents are broke is a joke, and
Yeah.
I just know, like, I
Yeah.
come from nothing, and I'm not ever gonna have anything when they die, and it's pretty incredibly upsetting every single day to see just this opulent wealth and just wasteful and meaningless.
Yeah, it kind of sucks.
It sucks. It's
I
pretty
feel
exhausting.
it.
Yeah,
Do you
know.
like the city?
I don't. I don't really care about it. You know, I love the weather. I love my daughter who lives here. You know,
Yeah.
if it weren't for my kid, I'd be out of here. But then again, you know, I gotta say, like, I have the most amazing house. I live in an 1870 a cabin built in 1870. We've got bears and mountain lions in our backyard.
Cool.
It's fucking amazing.
Nice.
And it's affordable. It's cheap for the city.
Yeah.
I got a lot of friends here. It's a really great place to. It's I don't know. There's a lot I don't like about it, but there's a lot I don't like about most places. So I don't know where else I'd go. I mean, everywhere has got its downside. So I'm kind of just
Yeah.
trying to. I've like never stopped moving around, and never really found like my place. So I'm kind of just rolling with it because I'm like, well, I can't leave until my kid's grown up. So, you know, what are you gonna do?
Make do.
I mean, I was reading the Manson book. 'Cause I have a hyper fixation on Manson.
And I was too.
Which,
Because it
by the way, at
spreads.
one point I described. He was like, "What's
Oh,
Johnny
yeah.
Fritz's vibe?" And you had posted a video of you doing "Need a Little Time Off for Bad Behavior," but like a cappella. And
Oh, yeah.
kind of, and I was like, "It's like a fun Manson," and I showed him that story, and he was like, "Oh, I get what you're talking about." It's like if Manson didn't do the other stuff. But Sharon Tate and Roman Polanski rented the Cielo Drive house for $1,200, and the author of the book, Ed Sanders from the Fugs, was like, kind of a lot, right? And I was like, no, it got way worse, Ed. Like,
Well, wait, in 60 what? In like 65, $1,200? That's a ton of
yeah.
money.
Well, it was 69, and because the book was written in 71, he was like, that's a lot of money. But now I'm like, it is fucking not, bud.
Not
Like,
now.
things got significantly worse.
You
Well-
can say that about everything. Though. Everything got significant.
That's a ton of money. I mean, that's almost $11,000 a month if you judge
Jesus
it
Christ.
for inflation.
That
I mean,
by
that's
today, yeah.
yeah. Like, how much was a fucking 1969 Mustang or something? It was probably like 2,500. You know?
I mean, there's a lot of books about people in LA at that time that are like, and I rented something in Venice for $60.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's right. Well, Venice was a dump back then.
A lot of those were CIA houses too. Though.
Were they CIA houses?
Yeah, a lot of them were.
We don't got to go down that hole. We have a whole series on that. But thank you for doing this, man. I had a really good time.
Yeah,
Man, thank you guys.
This has been real fun for me.
Same.
Yeah, hell yeah, me too. I love this stuff. Thanks. You said something earlier about like we may not get to read the autobiographies and stuff, but we get to talk about this. But like this is like we obviously the three of us share such common interests. Like this is our oral history. This is like these stories are important to us. Like I don't know many people here that I would get to talk about this stuff with. So I love getting to like this is fantastic. Talking about Mickey Newberry and Billy Joe Shaver and David Allen Coe and all this stuff. Like this is our important history that we want to pass on. So I love this. It's you guys are doing the Lord's work.
Framed as an oral history. I like that.
I mean, that's like the thing. I always talk about how there's no shows like Dick Cavett anymore. It's all podcasts.
Amen.
But like the difference with podcasts and like nightly TV is you could just turn it on and accidentally see Orson Welles. Now you have to like fucking seek it out.
Yeah.
You gotta dig. Yep.
But might as well fucking do it.
Might as well.
It keeps it pure though. It keeps it pure, man. I mean, like there's that Neil Hamburger joke. Like why did Britney Spears sell 100 million records? Because the public are horny and depressed. That's it. It's like if you're making Britney Spears music, it's gonna appeal to everybody, but everybody sucks. So if you're gonna make Mickey Newberry, you're gonna die in obscurity. But the people that it's actually gonna reach are gonna really be affected by it. So yeah, we got to dig. But if gold was on the surface, it wouldn't be special.
That's true, and we don't have any sponsors to answer to, so
what up?
We can say fucking shit and stuff. Yeah, thank you again, man. I really appreciated this.
Johnny.
Hell yeah, thank you guys.
My whole entire dumbass extended family's all Debbie Downers and negative Nancy's, and there ain't no access, no way for connection, unless you mention the stolen election. The greatest generation gonna break before bending, then crumble at the notion that things might be changing. Oh, they lose their minds if ever they question what kind of a predator thinks it's a victim. But rude to their waiters. Baby boomers all starve for attention, and their lack of passion for life is upsetting, and they bust at the seams at the simplest suggestion. Good luck being black in their general direction.